You know what I noticed the system? I was thinking also. That's the point. When I'm thinking the whole day and I don't post the video, it stays in my mind. Sometimes it go away. But if I keep playing my mind, I can able to remind myself what I was thinking. I get interruption in my house. Marcia! Yeah. What do you have? Come sit up. Let me show you his face. Come here. Come. I have to show your face. Come. They paint him 3 days in a row. They paint his face from school. Watch. This is not Indiana. Every day when he comes home, I have to clean his face. I think it's the clown when he goes to the new school. Come sit up. Sit up and watch that. Don't disturb. You know what I noticed with the children? The ones who come in to drive, you know, when someone come to pretend to fall in love with you, when they're sleeping in their home, they never can walk to your house and tell you they love you. The tricky part is when you move in together, you're like, okay, they're sleeping next to me. That means we live together. If when you leave this house and you go stay over there and they live over there, they could never walk out of, I know they believe in it. That's why when we become children, they give us injection to sleep. People don't understand the injection, what they're giving us, making us sleep the last 500 years. And these people are in charge of our food. If they can inject someone and move their heart and fix it on the other side, it doesn't mean because they look like the rest of us, meaning they are us. The ones who's building houses, they are not like us. The next time you see people building houses, I want you to stop and take a look at them, the ones who building the roads. They look like humans. The one who's driving them to build those mighty buildings, they are not like any face you know. Those are monsters building fancy things in our streets. You know what I noticed? The energies that are coming from the house and then they go to school. If 5 children from 5 different homes, they live in one classroom, they have one mind, they share one wind. If the soul is exactly the same, when the soul gonna switch in the body of the children to come spend the night with you, you see your baby face, but you thinking your child is acting very strange today. The saddest part is, which I hope most of you will able to write down in your BlackBerry. If your child was 1 year old, they're going to school 5 days a week. For the period of 9 months to 10 months, the next year, when you dress them, you bring them to school. Next year, you have a 2 years old coming to your house to sleep in the night. You bring them back to school. And the 3 years old coming. The saddest thing is, I say it many times, but it will never ring a bell to you like it's ring a bell to me. When my baby was 9 months old, I have no 7 years of age coming to stay home in the evening. I have my 9-month-old inside this house, but there was still 7 years of age in the school, in this same area. If the 7 years of age, when my baby was just a baby, the 7 years of age in the school is now coming to sleep in my house. If you don't have a question, I have a fucking damn question, because I have a stranger in my body. The same way the father was a stranger come to paint my dead body out of me. The same way they have creatures who are energy getting in the body of the children and come to disturb us in the house. Take it out! You can tell me, my child, grow up. If in the same school they are at 10 years of age right now, my daughter is 7, who stay 5 days a week. 5 days. When I go to the school, I always hear the teacher asking them things. What they do with their mother, what happened. They're collecting information from these children. The children are us. They're reading the minds of the people. They're pretending to learn them, also asking them questions. They're in charge of them 5 days a week. These are strangers in our dead body. Till they don't need it, they're abusing the body till they send the body to the oldest person and they're making porno out of their body and send them up there. Like I said yesterday, if the woman who's now 80 years old, she's in a porno 20 years old, if she is now 80, her body is not the same as the 20. Who is the 20 years old who's always making the porno? Those fucking motherfuckers in this bloody world are abusing us. The saddest thing that we believe we have children. We have dead body out of our body and we have these creatures driving them. If my baby girl who is now 7 going to school, the 10 years of age, 3 years later are gonna become the 13, the same face, and the height of the 10 years gonna come inside my baby girl, and she comes home, she's 10 years of age. Oh, don't worry, she just grow, yeah? Is she growing honestly? Who's coming to spend time with us in the evening? To insult us and then pretend to make us laugh? Who? If your husband last year is not the same husband this year, come on. You married somebody who's 20 years old. If your husband was not 30, who's the man having sex with you 10 years later? Who is it? And who was fucking your husband 10 years ago? I think sometimes when you're 20 years old, you met somebody who's 21. When you become 30, ask yourself, it's your body, but who is using your body to have sex with somebody? They're using our body. And when they left our body, right now I have positive energy to tell you what you have to know. I know what I'm seeing, but I also know they're creating duplicates and they use them to abuse us like we have children. We don't have children, we have our dead bodies. And until people realize it's our body is already dead from the beginning, when they decide to throw them away in the dustbin after they use them, because they want to take the wind and fix it to the new woman who's having sex next door. Tell the women next door not to have sex because they're coming to steal the wind inside your child. But don't worry, the child you thinking it's yours, it's not yours. They only get your body out of you because your body came from other stranger. They borrow you the body and they can use your body. They need sexy people. This little girl, it is my body, but the energy inside, if the little baby who was 1 year old, if I look somewhere that is still 1 year old, please tell me. Children are growing, right? There's a 1 year old next door right now. My daughter is 7. If children are really growing, why don't we have different ages of growing? Why 6 years later, that baby that is 1 year old is gonna be 7? Where is my daughter who is 7? If I have my 7 years of age, when you have a baby, no problem. I have a 7 years of age. You can have your baby. Let your baby become 7, your baby become 8. Let my 7 years of age stay with me. But if my 7 years of age is exactly 6 years apart with the little baby, and then 6 years later, my 7 years gonna be 13, and the 13 is not 13, please tell me. I said it last time, but you don't get it, but I get it. Y'all can play domino in this world, but don't tell me what I have to think inside my mind. You wanna read my mind? This is my mind, and I'm saving it before they make me forget. 15 years later, who is coming to my house every day? The children don't live in the house. They live in this little people city. All of you live in the little people city before. You grew up in a little people city. Your children are not in the house. They're switching them in the school. That's ridiculous. Don't worry, my baby's coming home. Hey honey, I miss you. Well, who comes home with your dead body today? Who's coming next year? If a little child that is 10 years old, forbidden, push another child, and the child is dead, you put the child in prison for 10 years. Please tell me, 10 years later, who is still 10 years in this world that's going to push another child in another country? If the 20 years did not kill the child, what is the 20 years old doing in prison when it was a 10 years old? I mean a 10 years old. You have your picture when you was 10, right? Are you still 10 years old? Who came in your body, the 10 years old? Look around. Let everybody find they are 10 years old. I mean, it's in the wall. We all have to look for who acts like you when you was 10. Don't worry, your mother don't like to eat the same food as the other one. I have stranger in my house, in my body. Children, no. Dead people. You know, someone is coming to me. The point is, when they come in my dead body, I cannot defend myself because they can use my body to do anything. But at least for you, the government, when you're gonna arrest somebody that 1 year ago do nothing, and 1 year later they do something, you send them in jail because of the criminal who comes to hijack them. The same criminal 1 year later is going to take the next body that is coming up. If you understand my 38 years of age, before my daughter is going to become 38 years, 21 years later, my 38 years of age going to get 21 times new face before the face of my daughter. 21 times people going to become 38 years. Happy birthday, 38 years. Happy birthday, 38 years. Happy birthday, 38 years. So next year when you hear someone talking like me, it's not because they're smart. It's because it is my 38 years. It's like the Michael Jackson fan group. When Michael Jackson was on top of the energy that's singing beautiful, when his face was not looking good anymore, the energy get another. It become Enrique. It become Ricky Martin. It become all the other nice faces. It's the same creature inside the body of the nice faces. George Michael is the same. They use them and abuse them. They get new faces always. When one country is sleeping, you know, I think what you need to do, it's my last video. I have a lot of things to do upstairs. I have to pack some clothes. I have to pull some old clothes and switch things for the kids. Sometimes take your car, drive in the city, and ask yourself why all the shops is closed. If one day you wake up, the shops are closed like that because there is no daylight. Ask yourself why your shop is closed and why American shop is open. We don't have children, we have dead body from the day we have them till the day they dump them in our doorstep.